sports, we wanted to see how we stack up against the Mizzou players who ran the dash earlier this year at the Combine.
Off he goes.
Let's just say Luther Burden is a lot faster than me. Todd Hardy is now just 68 yards away from breaking Cody Schrader's program record. And CPD says the issue isn't slowing down anytime soon. They've already handed out 28 tickets for speeding over 65 miles per hour in 2025. Well, it took a little bit longer than most people expected, but Missouri wide receiver Luther Burden is officially a Chicago Bear. Well, the fans here at the draft today are bracing the cold and the rain, which is why we are right here inside the comfort of the media center. The last time Arkansas won one of these games was back in 2021. And the last time Arkansas won a football game this season was way back on September 6th. In the student section, is it just me, or do these kids look a little bit younger than the usual Mizzou student? Over 3,000 Columbia Public School students in attendance for their annual field trip day. And speaking of Razorbacks, if you can't tell what this statue is behind me, well, that's a bunch of giant hogs. Addie Skoll has always been an athlete.
I started playing sports when I was around the age of 5.
But as a homeschool student, she has never played on a high school team.
We're not the normal family. We do own 22 reindeer.
We bring reindeer all across the state of Missouri.
The family is on the road all of November and December.
Homeschooling to us, it just seemed like perfect sense.
The only problem? Addie couldn't play high school sports.
I've always wanted my daughters to be able to play just like I did, and you know, with the rec leagues, you can only go for, so far playing against other teams, but to be able to play for high school, it's just a all new ball game for them.
A law to let this happen has long been in the works.
When my family first started talking to legislators, this was probably about 10 years ago.
Zeke Spiker and his family were one of the first groups to meet with state lawmakers over the issue. The Spikers and countless other homeschool families walked these steps at the Capitals for years trying to gather support for the bill. They told me it took a long time to even get a hearing. But then this year, everything changed.
The right people were in positions of authority that liked the bill and would see it through.
And this is impacting athletes like Addie Skoll.
We first found out who the coach of the high school team was, and we contacted her, asked if I'd be able to join, and she said yes.
Which she expects to go a long way.
I think it's going to offer me a more opportunity to play. I think it's going to make me a better player itself. It's going to expose me to more people, more places, more of the sport.
Skoll looks forward to playing on the high school team in the fall while still spreading Christmas cheer around Missouri.
I just love bringing the reindeers for people to see them.
Megan Dorr, KMU8 News.
Good job, good job, good job.
The pounding of footsteps. Every runner knows the sound, a universal language.
I'm from Germany.
Kenya, Nairobi, England.
Kenya, Australia,
South Africa.
Kenya, Bungoma County, Mount Elgon.
They're called the Commonwealth Queens, their nickname from Coach Levermore.
I don't think Lev knows that Germany isn't part of the Commonwealth, but we let it slide.
The team's diversity adds to its close relationship.
Yeah.
All the miles that separate them are actually what brings them all together.
You go through the same things in terms of missing home. There's not the opportunity just to jump on a plane and be there in 2 hours. So I think that brings us even closer together, is sharing that similarity of the really hard things you go through, and we see each other at our highs but also at our lowest.
Whether you're from Australia or Germany, that you're still away from home. And so I think it's created maybe enhanced a bit of a family environment.
We are family right now. It's good having the balance between having Americans on our team, kind of creating the culture of, this is how we do it over here, and us bringing in an international zing to it.
The coaching staff uses the internet to help bring in the zing.
So we monitor all the national rankings from all the different countries, and then we monitor the World Under 20 lists, the World Under 18 lists.
And more recently, the world is choosing Como.
Decided I really wanted to come and run at an ACC university.
I just had this gut feeling that this is the place where I belong.
It was just what I thought of America.
I wanted much to see the snow. I thought it was a fun thing to have, but when we got here, it was so different. It was so painful to be in the cold.
As the snow and winter approach, so do the national championships.
We're not going to beat around the bush. We want to be on that national start line and place as high as we can.
High expectations, yes, but why not? Miles of travel, miles of training. They've come this far already. Megan Dorr, KMU. Stankowski Field is often filled with young people. It's also the home of Mizzou Club Lacrosse. Lacrosse is one of the oldest sports in North America, and sometimes, on this field, the old meets the young. The helmet helps hide his age.
For years, the kids called me the godfather of lacrosse. Now they call me the grandfather of lacrosse.
But Eddie Hedrick won't let his age stop him from playing the game he loves.
I wanted to be able to say I played my last game at least when I was 80 years old.
Did that, even scored a goal.
He's in better shape than most of us, honestly.
Honestly, he probably should score. The Missouri Club Lacrosse Alumni Game is named after Eddie.
It's probably one of the greatest honors that I've had in my lifetime.
For more than 25 years of that lifetime, he's coached lacrosse at Mizzou. Though his introduction to the sport came unexpectedly as a student at Bowling Green University.
I lost my track scholarship.
So a friend suggested he pick up a stick.
Why don't you learn to play lacrosse? I said, what's that?
In just 3 years, Eddie danced his way to All-American honors.
A bit nervous, so I was moving around in the cage all the time, so they titled me the dancing goalie.
After college, Eddie found his way to Columbia, and again, the game found him.
Saw a couple guys playing, and right away he ran down the hill. I knew this was it. He's going to get on this team.
Eddie began coaching at Mizzou in 1999, influenced heavily by his college coach, Mickey Cochran.
Mickey was instrumental in really making you into not only a good player, but he always considered us family. And I've tried to adapt that part of my coaching and everything to the kids.
We kind of emulate what they did, because I bring them over and have lasagna.
In the house the kids come over to? It's pretty cool, but that's a different story. This one is Eddie, in his coaching and his players.
Just because he loves the sport, he really does, and a great group of kids. I mean, they really, he gets to know them really well, and they get to know him. And
Eddie's fantastic. He's the best coach. His just demeanor on the sidelines, just at practice, he always kept things loose. He's just a really inspiring guy.
He's probably been the best goalie coach I've had. He's taught me a lot of stuff. He's a very knowledgeable guy. He's great.
And he's spread his knowledge across Columbia, starting programs at Hickman, Rockbridge, and a youth league.
But you got to turn it over to the young guys, and I think at 80 years old, I've sort of milked it a little bit.
Spoken like a true grandfather. Megan Dorr, KMU8 News, Columbia. Missouri men's basketball looking to keep its undefeated record intact. Tonight was the season debut of sophomore guard Honor Boateng. He was the Tigers' highest rated recruit since Michael Porter Jr. And speaking of the Porters, another member of that family playing pretty well tonight. Tigers hosting South Dakota for the first time in 50 years. Early in the first, Anthony Robinson to Mark Mitchell, he slams this one down. A few minutes later, it's the freshman Nicholas Randall with a slam dunk of his own, his second field goal of the season. Jacob Cruz tops up top of the key and buries the three. He had 15 points tonight. Now I think Mizzou Arena was Dunk City. Mark Mitchell taken to the air again. He had 22 points. Tigers up big late. Javon Porter with the step back, he drills the three. Tigers win 102-68, their second 100-burger of the season. Porter with a season high 19 points. Dennis Gates spoke about his growth this season.
I believe the processing of a new environment, a new system, is what is allowing Javon the pace, the growth, but also I see a different player than he was in June.
Tigers back in action Tuesday hosting South Carolina State. Mizzou Arena was booked and busy today. The women's team hosted Troy this morning, and the student section, is it just me, or do these kids look a little bit younger than the usual Mizzou student? Over 3,000 Columbia Public School students in attendance for their annual field trip day. Mizzou announced it was the highest attended game since 2021. A rare 11:30 a.m. tip-off, but the Tigers offense was wide awake. Lisa Thompson connects on a three. Missouri went 5 for 6 from behind the arc in the first half. Shannon Dowell catch and shoot another triple. Dowell finished with a team-high 25 points. Tigers offense scored 54 points in the first half, but they gave up 61. Troy used a 23-5 third quarter run to just completely pull away. The Trojans finished the game with 100 points. Tigers fall by 18. Here's head coach Kelly Harper after the game on what transpired in that third quarter.
Total defense just wasn't where it needs to be. When you're hesitant against an aggressive team, they crank it up even more. And I think the pace, we did not dictate the pace. I thought we were playing right to their pace. We were playing fast or slow, depending on how they wanted us to play.
Next up, the Tigers are heading down to Florida for the WCBA Showcase. They play Washington State on Sunday at 2. I think you might be interested in this tweet from ESPN reporter Pete Thamel sent out this afternoon. He's reporting that Mizzou quarterback Bo Pribula is expected to be upgraded to questionable on this week's SEC availability report. Pribula is medically cleared to play this week, so it will be a coach's decision if he plays against Oklahoma. An official injury update is expected to come tomorrow after seeing how he looks in practice. If Pribula does play this weekend, it'll be a much quicker recovery than many predicted. Pribula dislocated his ankle on October 25th against Vanderbilt.